right, it's time to do chapter 19 of the book of Job. At first, I thought this was going to be really straightforward and I really wouldn't have that much commentary to add. But then the last, I would say, 5 or 6 verses really exploded this chapter, and there's a great deal of important things we need to talk about. So, let's get into it. Then Job answered and said, "How long will ye vex my soul, and break me in pieces with words? These 10 times have ye reproached me. Ye are not ashamed that ye make yourselves strange to me. And be it indeed that I have erred, mine error remaineth with myself." So this error only concerns Job. Why is there such an effort against him to break his will on his convictions? Why does it concern his friends? Do they really care about him? I think that's a very interesting question. Verse 5, "If indeed ye will magnify yourselves against me, and plead against me my reproach, know now that God hath overthrown me, and hath compassed me with his net. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. He hath fenced up my way that I cannot pass, and he hath set darkness in my paths." So Job does not see a way out. Verse 9, "He hath stripped me of my glory, and taken the crown from my head. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone, and mine hope hath he removed like a tree. He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and he counteth me unto him as one of his enemies. His troops come together and raise up their way against me, and encamp round about my tabernacle. He hath put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintance are verily, verily estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreated for the children's sake of mine own body. Yea, young children despised me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends abhorred me, and they whom I loved are turned against me." Okay, here's where it gets interesting. "My bone cleaveth to my skin, to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth." So this is actually where the famous expression comes from, all right? The escaping by the skin of one's teeth. I think this implies that Job has lost his teeth or is suffering from some oral disease as well. I think it's open to interpretation, but this is where this comes from what I understand. You never really think about these expressions in your culture. Like, where did that come from? Verse 21, "Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God hath touched me. Why do ye persecute me as God, and are not satisfied with my flesh?" So Job appears to be implying here that only God can persecute him in this way, given his special authority, and does not comprehend why his friends are not satisfied with seeing his bodily affliction. Must they trouble his mind as well? Verse 23, "Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book." Well, this is ironic, right? Job got his wish. Verse 24, "That they were graven with an iron pen and lead in the rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth." Okay, there is a lot of ink spilt on this. I was not expecting that, given how straightforward the previous chapter had been, and most of this one. It's hard to argue against the idea that Job did have an idea of a savior or a Messiah, and it appears future knowledge. But I cannot address it here. I think you know this exists. You've got to dig into it for yourself. And the next line, and though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God. Paired with the previous verse, it appears here that Job anticipates a future bodily resurrection. This is yet another difficult verse for those who do not think that there was an understanding of Messiah and a future life this early in the written tradition. Verse 27, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. I didn't know what this expression meant. I consulted the Jameson Fawcett Brown Bible commentary. My reins means inward recesses of the heart. So be consumed within me, that is pine with longing desire for that day. The Gentiles have but few revealed promises. How gracious that the few should have been so explicit. It's a good phrase. Verse 28, but ye should say, why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment. So this appears to be some kind of threat against Job's friends. Job will not personally avenge, but perhaps God will.